Oral questions. The Leader of the Official Opposition.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. We have spent a considerable amount of time in this House questioning Policy 713, and we spent even more time discussing other aspects of the education system and making the point that what the system really needs right now is stability. We hear that from teachers every day of the challenges they're facing in the classroom, and I think that it's the responsibility of managing the education system, of educating from early childhood, kindergarten, grade 12 to post-secondary, is a foundational responsibility of the provincial government. So I will say we were surprised when Bill 46 landed in the House, and it landed unprepared. As soon as we opened it up, we were hearing from government that amendments were coming. There isn't an operational plan to support it. This is a document that the last time it was modified took 2 years of review. So our question is, what is the hurry? Could the Premier explain why we are rushing this foundational piece of legislation?
Thank you, Member. The Minister of Education and Early Childhood Development.
Thank you, through you, Mr. Speaker, to the official Leader of the Opposition for the question. We're not rushing through any legislation. I look forward to second reading being completed and moving through into economic policy so we can have a robust discussion about what we're proposing and the reasons why we're doing that, bringing forth the amendments that unfortunately somehow the drafters errors that were made in that we need to rectify, so it's clear that there is no attack on inclusion. We fully support inclusion. We fully support our system, and I'm looking forward to economic policy. So I thank the official Leader of the opposition for that question.
Chef de l'Opposition officielle.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Il dit qu'il y a des erreurs qui ont été faites par ceux qui ont créé le projet de loi, mais que ce n'était pas quelque chose qu'ils ont fait trop vite. Alors, c'est dommage qu'on est ici sans savoir c'est quoi les amendements, et on veut avoir un propre débat. There's lots of questions, and unfortunately, when it comes to education, after the rush on French immersion, where there wasn't a solution proposed, just changes, and then a backtrack, the challenges to negotiate a contract with the Teachers Federation, there is no trust, unfortunately, with this government when it comes to education. So I'm hoping that maybe the member opposite can describe for us what is the data and the evidence that they have used to inform the changes that they're proposing to the Education Act.
The Minister of Education, Early Childhood.
Merci, Monsieur le Président. Les détails qu'on avait utilisés pour proposer ce projet de loi, ils ont travaillé, le ministre avant que moi, puis les fonctionnaires ont bien travaillé pendant quelques années. On s'est réduit à notre point, ce qu'on voulait accomplir avec cela. Donc, on va discuter en pleine forme dans la politique économique quand on arrive à ce point-là. Puis de l'autre point de vue, il y avait des fautes, sans doute. Ce n'était pas parce qu'on était pressé, mais il y avait des fautes dans le projet de loi et on vient le régler. Donc à la fin de la journée, ce n'est pas vraiment si grand-chose parce qu'on va discuter puis on va régler les problèmes qui sont là.
Chef de l'Opposition.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. This bill contains many significant changes. Changes to the definition of inclusion, changes to the governance model of education, and it transfers significant new powers to the minister. There's also sections in there, if I may, 42.2 states that the superintendent shall be the sole director of a school district constituting a one-person board and may constitute a meeting of the board. So the superintendent's going to become a board and meet with themselves. It's not clear why this is in here. And it's not clear that the governance model that had previously been proposed, that had previously been consulted with the public, that had been presented to Cabinet, it's been pushed aside and a new governance model has been put in place. Can you share with us the consultations and the data that supported these changes?
Minister of Education, Early Childhood Development.
Encore, Monsieur le Président, je suis positif qu'on pourrait clarifier toutes les questions que le membre de l'autre côté a. mais il faut qu'on se rende à la politique économique pour le discuter en plein détail. Donc, j'ai hâte de faire ça. Donc, je les encourage de voter pour la deuxième lecture de ce projet de loi, car à ce point-là, on peut arriver à la politique économique.
The chef de l'opposition.
Speaker, I appreciate the point. We do want to spend time debating and questioning and getting into the details of these bills because we are hearing from New Brunswickers now who, although the minister says the work has been done for the past few years, the stakeholders are only learning about it now, so that work hasn't engaged critical members of the teaching community, the experts at the universities. Groups like Inclusion New Brunswick are scrambling to hope that there is enough time in debate as we stand here with only 7 sitting days left. So we would encourage for a bill as important at as the Education Act, to the minister to commit to sending this to a law amendments committee where the public could truly participate in the governance of their education system in a way that's democratic.
Minister of Education and Early Childhood Development.
Merci beaucoup, Monsieur le Président. J'apprécie beaucoup ce que le membre de l'opposition officielle avait suggéré. Mais on avait déjà consulté avec l'inclusion au Nouveau-Brunswick. On avait déjà consulté avec M. Lamrock, avec ses concerns à travers l'inclusion. On va les régler. Donc, je les encourage de l'envoyer à la comité de la politique économique où on pourrait discuter ce projet de loi en complet.
Leader of the official opposition.
I just want to clarify the consultations that the minister described with Inclusion in New Brunswick and the Child and Youth Advocate happened after the bill was tabled and not before.
Minister of Education and Early Childhood Development.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. In clarification, we did have consultations before, but unfortunately, in the drafting of the legislation, there were some phrases that could be misinterpreted. Inclusion NB brought those to our attention. The Child and Youth Advocate, as well as other défenseurs de l'inclusion, brought those to our attention. And we worked diligently to create amendments to this project de loi that we can bring before the Economic Policy Committee so that we can eliminate those concerns that currently exist with these groups in New Brunswick, because we do not want to have people wonder if we're trying to toy around with inclusion. I fully support inclusion. I have for 35 plus years. So it's not a question about whether or not we're going to support inclusion. We certainly are. And we're going to fix the bill so that it reflects that. Thank you very much.